Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the open world dungeons and going in there and getting some rare loot. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because some of the actual open world dungeons are bugged and mobs aren't spawning. However, you can actually get a fair decent amount of rewards from the very first beginner open world dungeon, which is over here on the left, up here somewhere. I always forget where it is. Here, the Silas's Abyss waypoint. But before we get into it, I'm giving away some Lucent, 1000 Lucent. If you want that, make sure you enter. Leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hopefully get more videos out for you guys. And if people enjoy it, I might give out some more extra Lucent. So let's do it. So first and foremost, what are these open dungeons? Basically, you go in there, you just run around killing things and you can get loot rewards. However, you need to have the Abyssal contract tokens, which is up here in the top right. As you can see, I have 19,529 of them. Every time you kill an enemy, it takes off a varying amount of tokens. Once it reaches 0, you no longer get the extra rewards. As you can see up here, it says can be used in the Abyssal contract dungeons to acquire EXP and Solent bonuses from the monsters and find dungeon only drop items. So the more you kill with the more tokens you have, the more drops and all loads of great stuff you're going to get. Now, to get these tokens, you should be doing contracts. Now, I know people scream in the comments, don't do your contracts till you're level 50, but at the end of the day, as long as you've got contract rights, it doesn't matter. And I'm so sick and tired of people telling other people what to do in comments. Contract rights are a part of the game. You get 10 every 24 hours. So even if you're close to getting to level 50 and you want to save them, just don't do contracts for 4 days or 5 days or 6 days ahead of time, and you'll get all the contract rights that you need. If you want to sit there and farm them all day, 60 different ones, the next day you're still going to only have 10 contract points, so it makes absolutely no difference. You should be doing your contracts for many reasons. First and foremost, you get training dues, which puts up your weapon mastery. These are very important for getting more and extra damage to your character. There is literally no point in waiting till 50, in my opinion. Just play the game however you want to play it. But when you do these contracts, you get Abyssal contract token points, which you then use to replenish this number up here. So if I go into my inventory, you can see I have 45 of the 100 Abyssal contract tokens. That means that I can have up to 4,500 in terms of recharge. I just used one and it went up to 629, 729, 829, 929. Oh, I didn't click it. 929, right? So that's how you get these things here. So when you go to the dungeon, the dungeons basically have floors to them. The lower down you go in terms of floors, the more difficult the enemies become, the better the drops become. I went down to the 3rd floor in Silas's Abyss and I was starting to get blue drops in terms of armors. And I was getting more like rare parchments and things like, rare ores and just everything that you get on the first couple of levels, but in the rarity of the blue rarity, which is rare. That's a lot of words using the word rare. So this is a good way to farm stuff. For some reason, the other open world dungeons either very rarely have mobs in or are just completely bugged, because I would love to go and use these other dungeons in a way to get better armors. But if you want to go through and look at the dungeons, Silas's Abyss is the only place to really start with right now. When you're on the first couple of levels, you'll fight pretty much 1, maybe 2 hit bosses depending on your level. If you're at level, it might take a little bit longer. I'd suggest going in with a team, but for the most part it's fairly straightforward. You're going to get green drops from pretty much every enemy that you kill in this area, and you can just run around. There's some like sub bosses that you can kill to get slightly more rewards, but for the most part on the very first floor it's just going to be easy kills and green rewards. Second floor, mostly green rewards too, a little bit more difficult enemies, but for the most part you're just going to be getting quite a lot of rewards. The 3rd floor for me, I started getting a hell of a lot of blues. I can't imagine the 4th floor, the 5th floor, 6th floor, however far it goes down, you're going to start getting purples and stuff. So I was very, very happy that, being able to level up and go down to the other floors really worked out really well for me. I got, I think, 2 blue items within half an hour that I needed for my character, or at least in terms of rarity. I think one of them didn't have a good roll on, but for the most part, I got 2 in half an hour, which is pretty goddamn good. And then I got a whole bunch of materials and stuff on top of that, so it's definitely worth going in and doing this kind of stuff. If you hit level 50, you can just go through and breeze it for the most part. When I got to the 3rd floor, I was looking at trying to kill any sub bosses, the arch wizards that are in there. And as you can see from my little skirmish that's probably on in terms of the footage in the background right now, I was struggling pretty hard. The mechanics of the little archer guy isn't that difficult, it's just that it hits me very hard. But then as I was giving up and being like, okay, cool, you know, I've done this enough for today, a team of people ran past me and I was like, oh cool, they're going to kill the archwizard. So I went with them to kill the archwizard, but unfortunately I didn't get any drops, which made me very, very sad. But you can see that the archwizard does give a lot of rewards. So if you go in with a team and get down to those lower levels, you're going to be getting copious amounts of rewards, all blues and stuff like that. So check it out. This is a really good way to get rarer items in the game right now, because there's things like the rare lilograph books that aren't in the game, so you can't craft blue armors yet, or at least if they're in the game they're bugged. And there's just a lot of other things that, you know, you should be getting rewards for that you aren't getting rewards for. So this is a pretty decent way to get, you know, a fair bit of rewards. So I hope this helped. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.